We're gonna go live on Facebook in three, two, and one, and we are live. Welcome to this cup of coffee with yours truly, Adrian, Dragon, androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. On this afternoon, ending the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom Sabbath. It is currently, of course, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and the Sabbath, of course, of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom ends in a few minutes. In a few minutes, the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom is ending. And I am gonna do a little bit of meditation. I'm gonna light some incense, say my gratitude. I'm gonna go for a walk, begin the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom week by a walk, and of course, I'm gonna do a lot of work this week. Independent athlete, independent activist, independent artist, AAA artist, activist, athlete, or athlete, activist, athlete, and of course other dimensions to that trinity, yours truly, geopolitical analyst and theorist philosopher. Independent psychological analyst and theorist. And of course, a universal spiritual teaching student. And today's lecture, today's class is going to be on spirituality and what spirituality includes as myself as a universal spiritual teaching student. I do say student because I am learning every day on a constant learning on the daily, and I do not claim to have all the answers pertaining to spiritual matters or to have all the dogmatic interpretations and to be on equal or below or higher than any prophet to any religion or spirituality. I speak, of course, from a non sectarian, non dogmatic, a mystic perspective, a spiritual perspective who believe in reincarnations. Before I do proceed, I want to give a thanks, and I'm going to remind all who listen to this or not, nobody's watching, although should be watched by at least a million, if not times 100 million, and if not a billion, all the Facebook users to hear this message, this trinity of messages. Please increase in hygiene in public. Wash your hands with soap and water. Disinfect with hand sanitizer one. Because we got an obligation to the responsibility with hygiene because there's microbes, bacteria, and germs out there. And of course, we also have a responsibility to others by public hygiene. When we enter a bank, a grocery store, a school, a mall, a public domain, which is not our private, right here I'm in my private temple. And of course, if I so choose will, I could turn everything off and close the blinds and put some music and get naked and dance naked on Tekashi 69 music, Madonna music, or Kie music. But I'm gonna say this message, which perhaps needs to be heard by many. Today, with consent and hygiene, hug like you never hugged before is the main message. Today, with consent and hygiene, hug. Hug like you never hugged before is the main message. So the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Today, with consent and hygiene, especially willingly loving allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, pledge your allegiance, pledge your allegiance. Hug with consent and hygiene like you never hugged before. I'm grateful, thankful that my rent is fully paid my rent and electricity bill. Paid it in full, my electricity and my rent has been paid in full. So double trouble, paid my rent fully for October, it's October 16. And of course I fully paid my electricity bill, and I am thankful, grateful that I got coffee, cup of coffee. This coffee was of course harvested, produced initially was produced, the black coffee bean was produced in the red berry initially from the black fertilizer who got fertilized and by the sun rays of the sun, who now on it is 2:07 p.m. It goes coast to coast from Canada coast to US coast to coast, and of course Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Panama, Costa Rica, all the way to Colombia, Bolivia, Argentina, Peru, Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil. So North America, Central America, and South America. The sun covers all that extension of land, and even in Africa, West Africa, and of course Africa, Middle East, and Europe, they're having their sun sunset now. There's sunset in the sun. Maybe red sunset because the sun is red. Red, R-E-D. Red is the color red. My favorite. And the official color of the Dragon Army is red. And of course, I wear red a lot, although I'm wearing black and white now. I'm auctioning this shirt, by the way, in the pants. You can see the back of the shirt. Auctioning the shirt, making an offer $300 minimum PayPal North America since I've worn and blessed with XYZ marching steps, push-ups, hawk squats for fitness or for XYZ activities. But today I'm grateful, thankful that my rent is paid in full, fully paid my rent and electricity bill. And I'm doing this video, going to spiritual meditations, philosophical meditations to lecture on spiritual matters, utilizing this clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy above my head. Just clean, zero pollution energy which does not pollute, does not emit, not emission. Zero pollution, zero emission, environmentally friendly, renewable energy that I'm utilizing above my head to do this video. To do this video right now, to meditate, to be grateful, to gonna say thank you, love you, kiss you, farmers, 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 because everybody gotta eat. Even Wall Street, everybody gotta eat. Even Wall Street, everybody gotta eat. Even Wall Street. So I'm thankful, grateful that this electricity is clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy, that I'm utilizing this laptop and this smartphone in order to be heard, to be connected, to meditate on spiritual matters, and it's clean, zero pollution energy and brains and muscle built. Got some brain and some muscle myself. A little bit of each depending on XYZ factors. On a fitness journey continues, gonna flex a little bit. So these 63 dams, of which one of them or a combination of them serves in purpose of electrifying not just Quebec, but even five or even six, I believe it even six, maybe six states now, down to Vermont, all the way in Vermont, Massachusetts, and of course Maine, and of course New York, and other states. I believe five for sure that I know of, maybe even six states in the USA where I was born twice in past lives. As a matter of fact, 156 years ago, 718 miles in the back of me, that way served in the US Army. And a North American Canadian, a universal spiritual teaching student who does not know it all, but I'm going to say grateful, thankful for those brains and muscle, past, present, and future. Going to credit you since like to offer more than blah, 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 blah. I like to offer to my willing, loving allies and armies, and of course to be mindful that I'm utilizing and my privileges, my own privileges, to have utilized this clean zero pollution energy because I didn't contribute to build them. I did not build any of these 63 dams, although I was born in a past life, in a previous incarnation. I helped Louis Cyr here, aider Louis Cyr à embarquer les chevaux sur une calèche. I helped Louis Cyr to put some horses on a cart in a past life here as a Quebecer. Was born in Hawk Island, Montreal, many past lives, many incarnations, twice. One time was born right on the island close to Mount Royal, the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, and another time was born right off the island, and of course spent time on this island, Montreal, which is a metropolis in North America, metropolis by 2.5 million people. So, and also of course the farmers. I thank you, love you, kiss you, hug you, because although I did urban farming a few times, I although harvested my own fruits of my labor with my hands, I'm meditating a lot during COVID and learn about farming even more, and of course the essential need for us to feed, food security is an important element in our daily lives as citizens, as whatever we are, whatever. Pardon? Right. Tonight, that was my anonymous sister, whom if I make a million, I'm gonna give her half. First, I gotta pay my $10,000 to the RBC. I got $10,000 net, $10,000 net to the RBC. But however, if we have DRT, my debt refusion theory, implemented ASAP, maybe next week, by next Monday, hopefully we'll start implementing with a public-private partnership that I'm advocating and calling for. If you don't know what I'm referring to, of course, I'm referring to my trinity of theories, the CIT, citizen integration theory, debt refusion theory, DRT, debt refusion theory, and the democratic fusion theory. That trinity of theories to be implemented via the fourth dimension LOV, to be implemented via the fourth dimension LOV, to be implemented via the fourth dimension LOV. And love is action, not just blah blah blah. That's why I like to offer to past, present, and future workers of Hydro Quebec here in La Belle Province, North America. Free dragon hugs, free dragon hugs. Kisses got, hugs got, some brain and some muscle with that. And of course, the farmers, farmers, because everybody got to eat, even Wall Street to the farmers. Of course, I'm grateful I have food for today. Got noodles. I got this cup of coffee, which was made, created, and produced initially by the dance of the goddess with her brother son. As all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are created, made, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother son. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are created by the dance of the goddess with her brothers and as our brothers and farmers, brothers and sisters who are farmers, harvest them for us to make, upgrade, or maintain civilization. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by that dance of the goddess with her brothers. And now the sun rises and now sets, and coast to coast. All that sun rays, all that sunlight fertilizes the black fertile earth with water, because we need holy, sacred, and divine water for the process of the nutrients within the earth and the minerals that exist within the black fertile earth to be fertilized by the golden sun rays and the minerals to give us all the fruits that we enjoy eating at this moment in time. Fruits, vegetables, and legumes are being created as, of course, in the southern hemisphere. It is spring because we have equinoxes, right? We have different equinoxes and different. At this moment in time here, it's autumn. Autumn has begun a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and 22 days ago to be precise. But of course, on the other equinox in the south, it is spring. And when here's going to be winter, they're going to have their summer there. It's a fascinating element of this Mother Nature, who's the greatest artist and scientist, and whom, of course, we call home, this garden. And the motto of the dancing goddess army is all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by, initially, first and foremost, primarily by that dance or the goddess with her brother's son that our brothers and sisters farmers harvest for us to make, build, or maintain civilization, everything that we do. Even though tonight now the game has started, NFL, and I love me some football. I do love me some football, but my brothers in the NFL, I'm asking you to mass finance, food security, mass finance, not just the players, but the owners as well. Owners as well. Make very much NFL, right? We playing one taco, we get the food, right? Then what y'all have. Tom Brady, my brother, Astro brother, Colin C was not the only rainbow. Any, many, many more. There's one on each field when he's playing 11 versus 11. You know that's a fact, though. There's one on it when he's playing. That's gotta eat. He has to eat, right? Has to eat. The elements in order to do on the play, to do everything that we do. Multi-millionaires and multi-billionaires. You know, whether you're a multi-millionaire athlete or a financier or an actor making a few $1 million, even 10, 20, even $30 million for a movie, and you made 100 million in 1 year because you made 3 movies and they gave you 35 million for that movie or whatever. When you gotta eat, right? Even the athletes gotta eat a cup of coffee, whatever have you. So myself, of course, when I say blessing and meditation on these factors, is spirituality of eating. It seems so disconnected from spirituality. So I can say spirituality of eating, or whatever you eat on a pleasurable, whether it's a fruit or drinking as well. Drinking as well, can drink a cup of coffee, right? It's water and it's the black bean, right, which comes from a red berry, initially made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother son, and that's the motto of the dancing goddess army that I'm calling the creation thereof. It's a universal spiritual teaching student. Of course, that's a motto that all, without any other, all ALL, all fruits, all vegetables, all legumes, all grains, the wheat and the barley are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother son. Sure, we have sophisticated techniques and machines built with brains and muscles to feed a growing population. Who now we've reached in North Americans, and part of myself a Quebecer Canadian, many past lives and many incarnations, born in different empires and nations, from the ancient Egypt, where I met Moses by the Nile, and ancient Sumeria by the Euphrates, and ancient India by the Ganges, and ancient Rome by the Danube. Right, right here in North America by this island, and this island surrounded by a big river, and this island surrounded by a big river, and this island surrounded by a big river. As it's 2:17 p.m. in the afternoon, as you're going live on Facebook, I'm mindful, thankful that this video and coffee that I've brewed, it's keeping on hot for me to get another cup of coffee, because this is a small cup of coffee. I'm gonna have a few, and the energy above my head to be clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy. But I'm a universal revolutionary spiritual teacher, student, teaching student, because I've learned a lot, many experience of past lives, incarnations, and I've been down and depressed and suicidal. I've conquered depression. I've conquered depression. I've conquered depression, and action has been required in my own healing, in my own transformation, and admitting parts of one nature is also spiritual growth. That yes, of course. For example, coming out. Coming out can be such a struggle, especially for the youth. They're bisexual, they're lesbian, they're gay, right? It can be such a struggle. My spirituality, of course, pertains, and I have lectured, I've given class before on specific topic of the spirituality of the LGBTQ community, the spirituality of the LGBTQ community, the spirituality of the LGBTQ community. What does that mean? That means that there's intense, powerful forces just as reflected in our flag as we wave our pride flag, right? You see, wave our rainbow flag, wave our pride flag. What do you see? What's different? When you compare it to the flag of, for example, Canada, it has two colors. The United States has three colors. Germany has three colors. Other has three colors, right? Some flags have more colors, more colorful. But what do you notice? There's different colors of the rainbow. Right? Different colors, meaning that some might have more red energy, some might have more blue energy, some might have more yellow energy, some might have more green energy. But this is all those energies which are diverse and can be, of course, complementary. Sometimes it's so intense and they're put together. For example, the representation of the flag, our LGBTQ flag, is the colors of the rainbow, right? All the colors put together. But somebody who's just lived a life just in the yellow or just in the blue or just in the green, it can be very intense, it can be very stressful, it can be very conflictual. It doesn't it can be uncomfortable, it can be uncomfortable. Or somebody just who lived in a life who's in just in white or black on white or gray. Or just maybe a combination, maybe only blue and yellow and green. We have seven colors of the rainbow. So that is in the process of many decades now, those energies which are spiritual, because they're fundamentally energies of love, but they can be, and they have been and still are in confliction with the established order of things, or the spirituality and in politics, and this reflects right in the spirituality and whatever have you. That's why I say, oh, this cup of coffee is, drinking this cup of coffee can be a spiritual act, or eating a whatever, fruits, eating something, whatever it is, cheese or fruits or bagel, a bagel with chocolate, some Nutella, some Nutella. Wow, so tasty. Seems so just so low as a spirituality. That's not, somebody might say there is no spirituality in that. How can you say that that's spiritual? Because it's not visible. It is concealed. But the pleasure that this body, my philosophy is that this body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Not thought to be ashamed of the body, of where this body is on the function, whatever it is, lust. See, I'm not self-righteous. Self-righteous, floating on clouds. I admit, even last night, earlier today, I watched a little bit of adult porn. A little bit. I'm not gonna say the number of minutes. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, maybe half an hour, maybe a few hours. But yes, I watched my little, and I watched, wow. I had some lust, Lust. Yeah. But I've set up a discipline and rule that will only do it on the Sabbath, which begins at Friday midnight and lasts about 42 more minutes, about 42, 44 more minutes, 44 minutes, let's say, whatever it is. And so spirituality, for example, in the LGBTQ community, has intense powers as reflected in the rainbow flag because they're so colorful. Say, but it has caused in the past decades a lot of conflict. Has been how many? Look, just take my astro bro, my rainbow bro, Colossi. How many decades it took to have one player who's openly playing, is gonna play on the field now, cheering for your currency after so many decades, and there's many others. Maybe they're gonna come out at 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. 3 p.m. By the time I finish this video, is gonna be on each team of the NFL, the one who is, because there's one on each team of the NFL, National Football League, of the NHL, National Hockey League, of the NBA, National Basketball Association, and MLB. I know. Money, money, money. I've lost economic, financial, commercial continuance and continuance of blessings, and people gossip. We gossip. I admit I'm mediocre at some things. I am average at other things. I admit I am so-so. I admit, while being great on others, these are feelings which are hard to admit sometimes, that we have a feeling of inferiority, that we have jealousies. Wow, look at that basketball. I love it. But basketball, I suck. Hockey can't skate but can't break, right? I'm good at other things. I'm the greatest dancer. I'm a philosopher with deep intellectual constructions of civilizations and religions and spirituality and geopolitics dimensions, analyzing on a intellectual, sophisticated, cosmopolitan manner, utilizing language which is perhaps verbose and perhaps will obscure most elements which are fundamental and in general to have common denominators to properly explain the matter at hand, and will perhaps confuse most. Well, it can be straightforward and direct, and sometimes I'm straightforward and direct. My rent's paid, my electricity bill is paid. I fight my own battles. I mean, if anybody I've offended, blah blah blah, can put on gloves, can tango anywhere, anytime, any place. Put on gloves, have referee. Put on red gloves, can dance, freestyle battle dance, or freestyle battle rap. Universal spirituality, non-sectarian, non-dogmatic. What does that mean? Well, that means that I don't have all the answers, that I don't know. What I do know is that all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother, the sun. Goddess. I hear God, God, God. Did he say goddess? I fucking said goddess, fuck. Hell, motherfucking yeah. Said the word. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Replay, rewind. I said goddess. That's what I said. That's what I said. Goddess. I don't know all the mysteries of the goddess. I'm a piece of dust dancing. I look at the trees. They're 7 times my size. I don't know how the pyramids were built. I saw Moses in the past lives. He was there scribbling, learning. Moses! I had a good time meeting Moses. But at one point, it was so wow. It was a good time in the past life. Great grapes, still my favorite fruit, by the Nile. And there's a spiritual evolution. Are we moving slowly, hopefully, towards a non-sectarian, non-dogmatic, universal spirituality? Spirituality. What does that mean? And it's hard to shed some ideas, right? Some ideas which have served their purpose, X, Y, Z, myself, changing many habits in my life, my own healing and recovery. And I'm recovering maybe now, as the suffered, was depressed and suicidal. I fight my own battle. I can go one on one, anywhere, anytime. If you're the Pope, if you're the wherever you are, whoever you are, general 5 stars, or offended your Pope or spiritual leader, or we can freestyle battle rap, discuss in a civil discussion, philosophical nature, XYZ. Or we can put on gloves and we can tango rambo, or we can dance battle me. I'm the greatest world dancing freestyle battle dancing, or we can rap freestyle battle rap, or we can philosophize and XYZ, many past lives, many incarnations. I remember a past life as a Jew. Frankfurt am Main was a great time. I had a great time as a Jew in a past life in Frankfurt am Main. I had a great time as a Jew in a past life in Frankfurt am Main. And I wasn't too religious. I wasn't this religious. I was more about business, commerce, economics, and that I remember past lives as a woman. Many a time a woman, a Jewish, a Jewess, a Jewess, a Jewish woman in Berlin. Quite a different lifestyle. Was a cabaret dancer, a Jewish woman, a Jewess cabaret dancer in Berlin 1925 till about 1937, or more than 13 years, or 1938, something like that. Because then it stopped, it got banned, and got banned by the, you know who came to power, and they banned the cabaret style dancing that I was involved in, probably. From those many past lives as a dancer, and was a priestess as well of the goddess in ancient Rome, in ancient Greece, priestess of the goddess Artemis. Many past lives, many incarnation. Yours still here. Universal revolutionary, centrist, pro-labor, universal spiritual teaching student. I don't know at all. Can we adopt principles to operate on principles? Can we admit that we feel feelings? Feelings sometimes they feel spiritual low, and I've been at low elements of my life. Been low, low. We have lusts, we have cravings, we have aggression. I have aggression. I channel and sublimate it. Channel and sublimate. Channel and sublimate. Two keywords of my psychological and spiritual, both psychological and spiritual actions, to sublimate and channel, sublimation and channeling. To take an action, to do an activity. For example, go for a long walk, an hour, go for a long walk, 2 hours, go for a workout. For me, working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Yes, I also admit that as a universal spiritual teaching student that I do watch some POR and pornographic movies. I watched a little bit after, but I set a discipline and a rule only after Friday after midnight when the Sabbath begins, and the Sabbath's still on. The dancing goddess and the dragon Sabbath lasts from Friday midnight till about Sunday after 3 p.m. So this it's still the Sabbath for me. Still the Sabbath. Still the Sabbath. So I'm gonna get a refill on a cup of coffee. Yes, and I've lost it. I fantasized. Maybe I fantasized that was the woman with the doing a duo, trio, triple, double. Anyways, so this body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Is that devoid of spirituality? Even a hug can be spiritual. Two bodies hugging, right? A homosexual making love, can be some spirituality in it? I say yes. I say yes, it can. There's forces, there's spiritual forces and elements within the acts and the activities that we do, such as there is within this black coffee bean. Just it doesn't seem a black coffee bean coming from a red berry, but there's also sunlight, which is concentrated in the fruits, vegetables, and legumes. We're not aware of it. We're not aware of it. Are we aware of it consciously? I'm I'm drinking sunlight. What are you talking about? Well, I'm not drinking sunlight. I'm drinking coffee. But what are you eating? A banana? A banana, an apple? What do you mean? An orange? Well, from the black fertile earth, there's nutrients, elements, calcium, all the nutrients, so many nutrients, right? And minerals, right? And vitamins, and minerals and nutrients in the black fertile earth. Within the black fertile earth, there's minerals, vitamins, nutrients, and that formulate the fruits, the apples, the oranges, the coconuts, right? All these fruits which we eat. My favorite is grapes. I'm grateful, thankful that I have some grapes. My grapes are my favorite. Grapes are my favorite. Grapes are my favorite. Within the grapes, within the orange, somebody's eating now is gonna see, is gonna eat a fruit, an apple. But there's sunlight in that. What do you mean? There is. We're not aware, see, of this. And of course, the sun for me is also spiritual. The sun, divine. Right? I'm non-dogmatic, non-sectarian. The mother nature, the whole God. When I say goddess, what did you say? I said the word goddess, but I don't know all her mysteries. I don't know all the mysteries of creation, of being, of myself, of yourself, of all everything that is between, underneath the earth, on the earth, and above the earth. I do know also spiritually and scientifically that we revolve around the sun with the planets. I'm gonna get another cup of coffee. All right. All right. So this cup of coffee, I'm gonna say a blessing for that dance of goddess, which you be now. I'm non-dogmatic, non-sectarian. We can agree on principle. You can say Well, wait a minute. I don't like to use the word goddess. I'm not comfortable. It's not comfortable. You're not comfortable. That's okay. I'll use it 7 times for you. Goddess, 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 goddess. You don't have to use it. Fine, fine. We can be an atheist and we can agree on climate change issues or environmental issues or securing food. Food security is important, right? We can agree we can do better in X, Y, Z. I can do better, but I also admit that I'm mediocre at some things, average at some things, so at other things. I admit that. I admit it. Look, so many things I don't know. The dams that power all this Hydro Quebec. I'm got privilege. I got privilege. I got privilege. I'm utilizing this electricity. I did not build a dam, not even one. But I offer something more than blah 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 to the past, present, and future workers of Hydro Quebec who build the dams. If they want to hug, big dragon hugs, big dragon hugs, big dragon hugs. The farmers, this black coffee bean was harvested somewhere in the world, although initially made and created and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother sun. And again, you don't have to say the word goddess, you can say the black fertile earth, Mother Nature, Mother Nature, Mother Nature, the planet. It's planet, right? This planet where we have so much farming and all the fruits, vegetables, and legumes that we have, the oranges, all the grain, east, west, north, south, coast to coast. We have grains, oranges, fruits, banana. Well, bananas we don't have in North America. We grow them. It has to be down south, but we have oranges, we have apples. We have grapes. We have legumes, rutabagas. We have, of course, onions, and potatoes. I still got about 7 potatoes left. I got farm privilege. I don't farm. I farmed urban farming. Urban farming. I did farm urban farm. Urban. I did urban farming at a small scale a few times. So I did. I have some knowledge of the small lots. When a small plot harvested, put the work, put in the work, and harvested the legumes and the fruits. I believe tomatoes and parsley and some other fruits, which I do have some experience. Not to say that in this lifetime I don't know anything about farming because I do know a little bit and I have some practical experience, right? But we have privilege. You ever farmed? You ever farm? You ever farm? You got a farm. You can feed 10,000 people. You can feed 1 million people. You can feed 300 million people. Well, let me know if you can, because I can use some food security. Right. The essential in my spirituality, food is a central element in my spirituality because it enables everything as a physical being for me to do. Whether to give hugs to my allies and armies, give kisses, rap, do X, Y, Z, workout, train, exercise, continue advocacy, right? For change. Change also has to come within me. I did change so much just within COVID. An active lifestyle for me. Working out, training, and exercising. Lost more than 77 pounds. Created the best workout training program that is simple, effective, and efficient ever. Sure, I'm looking for volunteers with that to help the Dragon Army app to draw, workout, train, exercise. Sure, I'm not perfect. I get moody. I get upset. I get lustful. I indulge, watch PORN, 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 right, porn. Some adult movies doing them. I watched just this morning a little bit. Fantasized a bit. Fantasy, the fantasy life. We fantasize so we harm none. Right? To admit certain fantasies are some perhaps not that we admit. Right? Yeah, I have XYZ, whatever it is. Whatever it is. I can be so ashamed to admit. XYZ. Well, the liberation of these spiritual energies, which is so intense, can be with pain for myself, with suffering and pain I've been through. Process of pain, suffering, suffered, been depressed, been suicidal, been depressed, been suicidal, been depressed, been suicidal. If I fight my own battles, we can go one on one. Put gloves on. This is my sister, who if I make 1 million, give her half, enough to pay my $10,000 debt, and the other half for my dancing goddess and dragon kingdom work. But nonetheless, I got red gloves. First, Donald Trump. I'm gonna box Donald Trump first. So I'm gonna box Donald Trump first. So I'm still challenging Donald Trump. I'm a pro-labor universal revolutionary centrist. What does that mean? That means that I believe in my theories to be implemented. I believe it's their time. As a universal spiritual teaching student, one of the central tenets is spirituality of food. Wow, spirituality of food. You say a blessing, meditate. I say the word goddess, you don't have to, but meditate on the planet Earth, Mother Nature, planet Earth. That these elements, the food, when we eat, can be indulged in a pleasant state of blessing over the coffee, my LGBTQ fellow community. Only consent and hygiene. I'm saying forget spiritualities who say you're sinning and sinning that. No, forget that. Forget that. You're sinning. You say forget that. Forget that. No, that's a no no. In my universal spiritual teaching student, actually gonna say, go make love. Lesbians make love. Homos make love. Bisexuals make love. I'm pansexual. I'm pansexual. I'm androgynous pansexual. I'm pansexual, meaning that include. I practice more free love. Free love, free love. Friends with benefits and allies and armies, and that's for me my spirituality. Hygiene, and consent. Hygiene and consent. Hygiene and consent. So spiritual. If I can bring pleasure of any kind whatsoever in any way to one of my willing, loving allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, no problem. Hygiene. I might ask you, are you vaccinated, triple vaxxed? Triple vaxxed, because I am triple vaxxed. And get dirty but get back clean. Get dirty but get back clean. But to be self-righteous as a universal spiritual teaching student, to say that I have all the answers, no, I don't. Do I know the name of the sun? No. Sun, soleil, sol. I know the name that we say in English. I know the name that we say in French, and I know the name that we say in Spanish. Sol in Spanish, soleil en français, sun in English. We can say it in all other languages, but that doesn't take the central power of the sun, the centrality of the sun, the fact that no prophet or prophet hath dethroned the sun. I'm not gonna claim I'm higher than the sun. That I know the God that created the sun. Man, get out of here. You know the name of the God who created the sun. I don't know it. I know that he's been there for a long time since Moses. Still king, still one. I don't know it all. I know X, Y, Z. A little bit about nothing. A little bit about this, about that. Right. And I know that the sun now shedding so much light and life and heat. East, west, coast to coast, Canada, US, coast to coast, US, Mexico, Canada, all that life and light and makes creates all foods, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers harvest for us to make up great and maintain civilization. I'm a universal revolutionary spiritual teaching student. Student. Not a teacher only, but a student. I can teach a little bit, student more. I'm learning every day. Right? Can I say when I see somebody say do a dance, do a twerk dance, do a twerk dance, do a twerk dance, could I say Goddess bless? Yes, I can bless. Twerkers come to Adrian Hunter, Dragon Androgynous Pansexual Universal Spiritual Teaching Student. I'm gonna bless it. Bless, Goddess, bless, Goddess, bless. The Goddess dances with her brother the sun to make greater and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes. A blue sky. I'll go out for a walk. So I'm gonna wrap up this. I'm gonna see the beautiful blue sky, beautiful trees, which are the hairs on the goddess's body. This planet Earth, Mother Nature, see the great temples, blue, beautiful blue sky, and say, I'm a piece of dust. Do I know it all? I know all the names, X, Y, Z. I know the name of the sun. No, the sun is internally. No, I don't know of all the stars, all the secrets of our being, how many things I've done wrong, perhaps done wrong. A lot. I don't remember much of my youth, adolescence, and early adulthood. I remember more 7, 8, 9, 10 years spending one foot in the libraries, one foot in the streets, one foot in the libraries, one foot in the streets, one foot in the libraries, one foot in the streets, having spirituality and meditation, and along with suffering and pain and flashes of past lives, reincarnation, past lives, reincarnation. Right here, if I do say a main message is now with consent to all my willing loving allies and armies, hug like you never hugged before during the duration of my whole thing. That you hear me, you don't have to watch. I'm not too pretty anyway to look at. Just during the whole speeches when I work out, just allies and armies with consent, just hug. That's hug, tickle, whatever, kiss, massage. Well, that's my message to my willing loving allies and armies, man. With consent, that's my main message. Give pleasure, body takes two to tango. Gives feels good. Do it. Consent, and mutual understanding and love. You want therapy? Roll on the ground for half an hour. Just roll. Just go frustrations and tap on the ground and jump around. Just let it sweat. I have done wrong, perhaps. I don't remember much about adulthood and early adulthood, childhood, and adolescence. I remember a little bit, not too much. I know I graduated high school. I got a high school diploma here that I know. I know in the past years I've read tens of thousands of books as I've made the libraries of Hawkeye and Montreal my second home. I've read tens of thousands of books. I've made the libraries of the city of Hawkeye and Montreal my second home. I've read tens of thousands of books on all subjects as I made the libraries of the city of Hawkeye and Montreal my second home. And I've also wrote tens of thousands of pages of philosophy, poetry, art, and of course my theories, which I firmly believe in. Right? When we say the word, I say the word goddess. Will it make somebody uncomfortable? Perhaps it will make somebody uncomfortable because we in the spirituality go. What's today? Sunday. We go to church. Right? Does the Pope ever say goddess? Pope. Pope who? What? Not Adrian, not a dragon's Pope. My Pope is the sun. My Pope is the sun. My Pope is the sun. Who now rises and now sets. That's my fucking Pope. And yes, I stroke my little androgynous clear dick. For world peace, right? A universal spiritual teaching student who has questions, questions upon questions, and who is not perfect, not self-righteous, flowing on clouds, spirituality. Watch the Pope comes and is reading from a piece of paper. I can give me some piece of paper. I can read you from a piece of paper. Read it from a piece of paper, maybe. Maybe I can. Maybe I do read, but not now. I give him from the passion and from the heart, from the heart. I'm a piece of dust, lusting dust, nonetheless, dancing dust, many past lives, many incarnations. For many past lives, there's a priestess of the goddess Artemis, a few by ancient Greece, as a Jew trader in Frankfurt am Main, as a Jewess in Berlin, cabaret dancer in a past life, as an Indian in a past life. Of course, as a Roman in a past life, right here born on native soil here before the Christopher Columbus came, was a native Indian, Native American, Native past lives in the 1300s and way before that in 700 something, something must have been something like that. Right? Many past lives, many incarnations. Right here, the 16th of October. Universal spiritual teaching student. What do I know? I don't know it all. Know a little bit about this, a little bit about that. Know that this is the main message to my willing, loving allies and armies. With consent and hygiene now, or during the whole duration of my movies, whatever I do, live stream, spirituality, psychology, theories, workout, training, exercise, dance, just with consent and hygiene, I want you to just continuously hug while you watch my videos. Hug and kiss, or hug, or just dance, or probably dance. Dance is best. Can dance be a ritual? Yes, can dance. When I say the goddess who dances with her brother sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes, right? We dance to make and create and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes. That's a fact. That cannot be detached from any reality. That's the reality. The sun rises and sun sets, and the penetration of the rays of the sun in the black fertile earth with the minerals, the vitamins, and everything that's contained within the sun, and the black fertile earth, the minerals, the vitamins, the nutrients, and of course the golden sun rays, the heat, and the water. Don't forget water, holy second, and divine treasure. These ingredients to make the legumes, fruits, and vegetables in this black coffee bean. There's an amount of sun rays, an amount of sunlight. When you eat an apple, there's a little bit of sunlight. We're not totally aware, but that's it is scientifically even. Scientifically. Right to the science. Science and spirituality can be complementary, right? I do say the word goddess, Goddess. You can refer Mother Nature, planet Earth, roundabout, east, west, north, south, right? The hairs, just like my hair got a mane, just like the hairs on the goddess's body are the big majestic trees. Sometimes are 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times my size. Wow. See how small, tiny I am, right? right? How can it be? This mystery of being, I don't know it all. To claim to have the answers on the spiritual matters, I'm non-dogmatic, non-sectarian, non-sectarian, non-dogmatic, non-sectarian, non-dogmatic in all. In my spirituality, social approach, philosophical approach. But we gotta agree on certain principles, certain principles, certain principles. We can do business, or we can debate. I don't like to argue much. I'm not too much on the argument. I don't argue much, but this word God is probably makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Like I say when I say the Pope, when Pope say the goddess, you let me know if the Pope ever said goddess. Because if he doesn't say a goddess, if you say God, well, I also got a goddess in. What do you mean? Well, I got a goddess in as well. Otherwise, the equation is not complete. There's a lack. When you say only God, right? If you say goddess, then it's more complete. I say 2 + 2 = 4, yes, but it doesn't mean we gotta write it in only black and only rainbow or only purple or only red or only white. We could write it in black and in white and all the colors of the rainbow. And this ideas of a reward or XYZ, they're ideas. We can agree on principles to do good and bad. If there's God goddess who knows all the transgressions, all right, all the elements which we do, the bad when we give to charity, it can be non-sectarian, non-dogmatic. So if we're gonna be judged on something, on this way, good deeds and bad deeds. Now, not necessarily on the names of a deity specifically, right? But on fundamentals, on principles of XYZ factors, giving charity, doing good or doing bad, right? Stealing or XYZ, whatever it is. Cheating, stealing, whatever it is. The scales, let's say, the scales of that day who weighs whatever the heart and stuff and the mind and XYZ factors, right? It is hard to admit, it's hard to admit. But everybody deserves second, third chances, even chance to explain, chance to this and judgments and judgment. I don't know. I know I fight my own battles. If anybody wants to go one on one, we can put on gloves, and we can go tango, Rambo, and XYZ in the rink, I got the gloves, so we can fight my own battles. I've offended, trigger, whatever. We can just freestyle battle rap, or we can dance. And the referee decide. But I do say the word goddess, Goddess. Goddess. What does that mean? Divine feminine. How many names of the goddess from ancient times to now, right? The divine feminine, the divine feminine, the divine feminine. Of course, there have been in the 20th century and even now in the 21st century movements, of course. In speaking now is in this incarnation born in North America. North America is a North American part of the Western civilization, Western civilization, West Side, right? I say God. I want to hear the goddess as well, right? And we have God. For me, the equation is not complete. There's a lack. The spiritual equation is a lack. If you want to say God, or say also a goddess, is more complete. There's more, right? Takes two to tango, as it says. It takes two to tango, as the verse says. It takes two to tango. And goddess of many names dances with her brother's son to make great and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes, and that food, legumes, vegetables, whatever it is, grapes for pleasure or for making wine, that can be enable us to build, maintain, and upgrade civilization, and hopefully we evolve a bit. Myself, I'm looking for some evolution, for some volunteers, for some supporters, for some willingly loving allies and arms. Love. Can an uh, can an orgasm be spiritual? Yes. Can a ejaculation be spiritual? Yes. Can it? Yes, it can. There's the physical does not have to be contradictory to the spiritual. Who the spiritual does not have to be. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not pitting God versus goddess here, or the goddess versus the God here. Because Adrian Hanna Dragon, even being a piece of dust, regardless of XYZ, the goddess is still gonna dance with her brother the sun, my Pope the sun. Yep, that light of fire we see rises and now sets. And now 2:52 p.m. sheds light on all coast to coast Canada, U.S. and North America, and beyond, of course, from the islands, from all the Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Mexico, and Guatemala, and Honduras, and El Salvador, and of course down to Colombia, Bolivia, Peru, Uruguay, Paraguay. They're too small. Uruguay, Paraguay, of course, to Argentina, Chile, and Brazil. Brazil as well. The sun covers all North America, Central America, South America. There might be clouds, storms somewhere, satellites. Elon Musk, show me where the storms at, XYZ factors. In a parallel life, I'm a scientist. I build satellites, supercomputers, microchips, micro gadgets. In this life, I'm an artist, activist, athlete. Triple A plus other dimensions, fourth dimension to other dimensions to the trinity of AA, athlete, activist, and artist. Who doesn't know it all? Know that this Mother Nature is divine. Mother Nature is sacred. Mother Nature is holy. I say the word goddess. Drink to the goddess of many names. I'm gonna drink my last third and final cup of coffee. Well, maybe just a little bit, not a full cup of coffee, but as the regular week is commencing. To the goddess, forgotten goddess, right? Temple. Well, I'm gonna go out for a march. Gonna go out for a march. Gonna go out for a march. I'm gonna see the temple. See the blue sky. See the golden sun rays. That is the temple for me. I see the trees when their colors. Meditate. How a tiny piece of dust I am in the face of the goddess's hairs, the hairs on the goddess's body, which are the trees by the trillions. Just here in Montreal, Hokkaido, just on the mountain, there's hundreds, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of trees round about the forest on the mountain, Mount Royal, which is kind of a mountain and a forest with three peaks. Mount Royal proper, Ultra Mountain, West Mountain, of course, the whole mountain system in the center, south center of Hawk Island, Montreal is Mount Royal, Ultra Mountain, West Mount. I'm going to pass by the most affluent neighborhood known as Westmount. Right. Perhaps I'm just going to go to Westmount and back, where there's a bird sanctuary. Before the sunset, there's a bird sanctuary. There's a bird sanctuary there, a bird sanctuary. Maybe I'm gonna go by the river. I don't know which directions, east, west, north, south, but on the island I can go east, west, north, south, roundabout for a few hours on March. As the Sabbath of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom ends in a few minutes. Names of God, goddess. Universal spiritual teacher here, teaching student, because I'm a student constantly learning. Spirituality, a rebirth, myself going through a rebirth. I'm Adrian H. Dragonborn, Adrian H. Dragonborn. Died during COVID, triple vaccinated, and had COVID 3 times. At the beginning was the worst, like kind of was like death, pestilence, and disease. And I had it in 2021, and I had it a few weeks ago. Triple vaccinated, open for business. Right? Triple vaccinated, open for business. I've suffered, cried, depressed, lonely, depressed, suicidal. Action has been taken in my own healing and transformation now. As during COVID, I've died and I'm being reborn as Adrian Hanna Dragon. I am androgynous, pansexual, and have been open for 7 years now, being LGBTQ. My own sexual liberation coming out as LGBTQ has now come without blood, sweat, and tears. And I've said I'm going to say it again, that there's spiritual forces within my fellow LGBTQ community which are very intense, very powerful, very strong, but have created and are creating a sort of a tension because of their sometimes the integration and the absorption and the integration of those forces and that new reality comes sometimes with blood, sweat, and tears, and suffering and pain for myself as well. Speaking right now, playing in the NFL, There's games going on. There's not only Kal Nassib who's LGBTQ. There's one on each team. 11 versus 11. Even statistics prove it that out of those 11, there should be at least one statistically, since in North America, millennials, where it's close to about 7% of millennials who are openly LGBTQ. It's still a minority, still a minority, still a minority. I understand. Money, 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 right? I've lost economic, financial, commercial, continuance, opportunity, or blessings. I did. I'm looking for business even now. So doors closed. XYZ. We gossip, right? We gossip. Just try to stay away from gossip instead. Try to address sometimes. Say, I feel this guy's so much muscular than me. That girl has a bigger booty than me. We feel jealousy. It's hard to admit, right? Male, he's got a bigger, he's got a bigger thing than me. But that doesn't mean that you can't stroke it the same amount of number of times. So we have the subconscious dimensions of ourselves, and myself as an independent psychological analyst and theorist, I psychoanalyze myself on the daily, and the dreams we have, right? I psychoanalyzing the dreams. Sometimes they come from irrational forces of the subconscious mind and move us in willy nilly ways which are hard to explain. Dreams are so irrational. Sometimes I had a dream. I don't know what was it about. There was a little bit of rapping inside. There was a bit of something 93, 93, 93 about an XYZ waters and symbolizing XYZ purification and seasons and XYZ. So I said, wow, quite an irrational dream. And they're irrational, emotional, subconscious forces which trigger us from past experiences, past life, whatever we have, things that we haven't resolved or things that we haven't XYZ. And please, if I haven't heard from you in 7 years, forget about it. If I haven't heard about you in 7 years, forget about it. Forget about it. If I haven't heard about you in 7 years. And yes, I've did XYZ. I'm not without fault. I've did. I got dirty, get back clean. I've did wrong. If I wrong somebody. No, no, no. Maybe I don't even remember. Maybe I don't even remember. I don't even remember. Remember, I'm dealing with a lot of schemers, scammers online. I'm dealing with a lot of scheming scammers online. Scheming scammers online coming to me like they know me. Don't know me, bro. There you go. If there's something wrong, get myself 3 slaps. We're even now, right? But if you want to tango rap, we can tango battle XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. We need clean slate. We need a new beginning, fresh beginning. I believe my theories as well, but to break the impasse, and go towards advancement, we're gonna need to integrate. And I believe my theories, Trinity of theory, CIT, Detro fusion theory, DRT, and democratic fusion are best at this point in time. And just gonna do a little bit of stretching before I wrap up this, and the Sabbath is wrapped up. Just give me a little bit. That was a little bit of good stretching. So now we're gonna wrap up. Not RAP, although we can rap about the goddess. Goddess GDODDESS. Yeah, we can write and rap about the goddess. The forgotten goddess once again, who dances with her brother son to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to make, upgrade, or maintain civilization. Can music be spiritual? Yes, it can trigger within us spirituality. Rock and roll, rap. Put some rhymes, say some goddess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me hit that back on the replay. Do down, down. Every time you say God, I'm gonna say goddess. GODDSS, right? With the mode of worship, the mode of rituals. Can smoking cannabis be spiritual? Yes, it can be a spiritual experience. It can be. Say a blessing. Meditate before you smoke it. And we're about to roll a joint. Roll a joint. It's legal, by the way. Disclaimer warning: it's legal in Canada. So If you're in the US, I'm calling for the legalization of cannabis across North America. Not just cannabis, but of course speed pills and ecstasy pills and cocaine as well. Not the dangerous ones, because we got to standardize and sanitize, standardize and sanitize. Standardization and sanitization, sanitize and standardize is my policy for drugs, because we're dealing with drugs that are not good, for the body, that cause harm, that cause death, overdose, and XYZ. And I am for the drugs, the cannabis. I haven't smoked in many months, and I haven't smoked in many months. I haven't smoked in many months. I still have about 3 joints left over. I'm gonna XYZ. Can it be smoking a joint be spiritual? Yes, you can meditate. Say goddess. Meditate in the sun. Stay in the sun with cream or whatever. Meditate and say or whatever. Just think about meditating your own advancement spiritual. Because we have a spirit, we have a soul, we have a soul. Sometimes listening to a music can trigger spiritual feelings within us, how we feel, right? While we eating, giving somebody pleasure. The body's spiritual, can be spiritual. Giving a friend with consent and hygiene a massage, such as I'm encouraging all my willingly loving allies and armies to do at this moment, or whenever I work out, whenever I do XYZ, everything that I do to my willingly loving allies and armies, you look to me and say love you back, and give each other a good hug with consent. Good hug, good neck rub, good kisses, tickles, whatever, with consent and hygiene. If you say stop, stop. If you say stop, you stop. I'll play BDSM switch, you play BDSM switch. Take care of the body. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Admit certain things and then take action, whatever it is. My therapy and medicine is working out, training, and exercising. My therapy and medicine is working out, training, and exercising. My therapy and medicine is working out, training, and exercising, and taking a bath. I took a long bath yesterday, more than an hour long bath, just sitting in the water, listening to news, XYZ, rapping a bit. A little bit of rap. My Instagram is dedicated to my rap hobby. The Instagram page that I got is dedicated to my rap hobby. The Instagram page that I got is dedicated to my rap hobby. Can rap be spiritual? Yeah. Do I say the word goddess when I rap? Hell, motherfucking yeah, motherfucker. Can it be this? Can it be that? Yeah. I don't have all the answers. I'm speaking from myself. I'm a universal spiritual teaching student. I believe in reincarnations and incarnations and past lives. I believe everybody deserves second, third chances. I believe I don't have all the answers. I know I don't have all the answers. I know a little bit about nothing, a little bit about this, a little bit about that. I don't play self-righteous. I want to give others the benefit of the doubt, give everybody the benefit of the doubt, give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Second and third chances, everybody gives more chances depending on XYZ matters. And I believe during COVID, I'm being given a second chance with my rebirth. And Adrian Dragon coming out that yes, I'm a man and I'm a woman, hell of a woman, hell of a woman, hell of a woman. That I'm a man and I'm a woman. I'm androgynous, I'm both. Right? Adrian Dragon. I say God and goddess. When they say God, I got a goddess. Pope is the sun. Can I be spiritual going in a strip club? Can be. Can be. Spending money only on necessities, spending money only on necessities, spending money only on necessities, yes. Strippers, please give the farmers and the truckers and all involved in the production and distribution of food half price, give them a free lap dance. That's my call to my sisters strippers, brothers strippers, all male and female or androgynous. To all strippers, male strippers, female strippers, androgynous strippers in the strip clubs across North America. Give the farmers, truckers, and all involved in the production, because we gotta transport the food. Truckers and the farmers and all involved in the production and distribution of food, give them a half price or give them a free lap dance. To the farmers, to the truckers, to the all involved in the production and distribution of food. Because even strippers gotta eat. Even strippers gotta eat. Even all strippers gotta eat. Strippers gotta eat. Thank you, love you, kiss you, farmers. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced initially by the dance. of the goddess with her brother the sun. Without any exception. Grains, vegetables, legumes, XYZ, without any exceptions, all the fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother sun, without any exception whatsoever to that rule. With the black fertile earth and the nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals inside the black fertile earth, with the sun rays of the sun rays, which are heat, and the sun now covers. It's 3:08 p.m. here in the Hawk Island, Montreal. In the EST, New York is the same time, but we got time zones. So that way, which is on the west coast in British Columbia, Vancouver, and of course in Seattle, Washington State, and of course on the west coast in California, California and San Francisco, LA, of course the Bay Area. We got to subtract 3 hours, right? Minus three, that's 12:08. So they're just beginning their noon, their afternoon there on the west coast. So, and we got three more. What sunset is at 6:16 in Hawkeye, Montreal today. 6:16, I think 6:16 today. Sunset begins, so I got still more than 3 hours of sunlight. So I'm gonna go for a walk, try to catch some sun on my face. Try to keep my pope, converse with my pope a little bit, converse with my pope a little bit. Not too much, because he's gonna say, "Get out of here, out of my face, piece of dust." That's what my pope is saying. Go, stroke. Hi, man. I'm messing with the pope. My pope is the sun. When it rises and sets. And yes, there's a midnight. It rises on the other side, in the city of the pyramids at midnight here in Hawkeye. The stars, and the body. The body. Find my own battles, may I be avenged 93-fold. Find my own battles, may I be avenged 93-fold. I find my own battles, may I be avenged 93-fold. I owe the Pope nothing. Not the sun. My Pope, the sun, I owe him something. Give me all the fruits, vegetables, and legumes, and light and life and heat. While the other Pope in the Vatican, I owe him nothing. Yeah. That's it. That's all. Allies and armies, y'all hug today like you never hugged before with consent and hygiene is the main message. And please, 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 if you make a mean on the stock market, opening stock market where you give 10% for food security and calling on the Patriot Sports Leagues, NFL, National Football League, please triple the cheerleader salaries, National Football League, please triple the cheerleader salaries, National Football League, please triple the cheerleader salaries, strippers, please give free lap dance, discount half for farmers, truckers, and all involved in production and distribution of food. That is all restaurants. I'm calling on the bars across North America to please give half off for every beer to the farmers, to the truckers, and all involved in the production and distribution of food. That's my call. And for Halloween, I would like to see the corporations cut in half the prices ASAP, maybe this week, not next week, just before Halloween, as is usually done after Halloween. That is also a call as part of my being an activist. And activist, you know, it's just not blah blah blah. My willingly loving allies and armies. Willingly loving. If you're a farmer, farmer, or trucker, or butcher, baker, cook, firefighter, public security workers, instructional workers, workers in sanitation of the city who pick up the garbage every week, the compost every week, the compost and the recycling and the garbage every week. You all get free dragon hugs. You just gotta ask. Is the dragon gonna get a free hug? You promise hug him. Got a hug. I might ask you if you're triple vaccinated, you vaccinated, or did you wash your hands today? Because when I go in public, hygiene for me is important. I get dirty, but I get back clean. I don't play self-righteous, but I like to keep it hygienic. You know, wash the hands with soap and water, hand sanitizer, soap and water, hand sanitizer, soap and water, hand sanitizer. As a matter of fact, I've been a Sabbath. Sabbath is about to end. I'm gonna clean my room a little bit. Maybe tomorrow, first thing, I have to do laundry, XYZ, and write some poetry. So spirituality is a universal spiritual teaching student. Meditation is important. If to meditate on nature and civilization, to meditate on nature and civilization, the meditations on nature and civilization, both meditations on nature and civilization, right? And science, the spiritual meditations. You can raise your arms and look at the blue sky, and just look at the blue sky for about half of an hour and meditate on the mystery of the blue sky, mystery of the sun, mystery of our being, mystery of your being, of this body, which is not to be shunned and seen as something shameful or be embarrassed about, but it is a temple. My body is a temple, your body is a temple. So my willingly loving allies and armies, your body is sacred, divine, is a temple for pleasure and purpose, for pleasure and purpose. I'm going to invest in it today by going on a march, on a walk. Maybe I get moody a little bit. I'm gonna say, I cannot afford a massage therapy. I wish I can go in. Massage therapy, get massage. That's okay. I'm gonna substitute because my rent's paid. I'm grateful, thankful. I'm grateful, thankful that my rent's paid. My electricity bill is paid in full. Fully paid my rent and my electricity bill. Kisses got 718 trillions of kisses. Some hugs and some brains and some muscle with that. Universal spiritual teaching student I am. A universal spiritual teaching student I am. A universal spiritual teaching student I am. I meditate. Grateful mindfulness, awareness. My rituals on the daily that I do, my rituals. Right, XYZ. My Pope, conversations and salutations to my Pope. My conversations and salutations to the Pope. My conversation and salutations to the Pope, which now rises and now sets, covers all Canada, coast to coast, USA, coast to coast, Mexico, coast to coast, Guatemala, Chile, El Salvador, Panama, Costa Rica, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, all the islands, Central America, of course, Bolivia, Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, Uruguay, Paraguay, Argentina, Chile, Brazil, and the Surinames, all North America, Central America, South America. And to admit that yes, we feel moody, social media can influence us. My policy is show love or move along, show love or move along, show love or move along. If you have constructive criticism, feel free. Alternatives. Sometimes it's hard to admit that we like to criticize because we feel inferior. Because we are mediocre at some things. I am myself mediocre, even inferior at some things. I'm inferior, mediocre, average, so compared to others in certain skills, competencies, or XYZ, know how. 63 dams across this belt province built with brains and muscle. I got electricity privilege, man. I got electricity privilege. I got electricity privilege. Hey, light above my head, man. Can rap, can do X, can do that, can go strip clubs, can do arena, sports, bar, clean, renewable, zero pollution energy that I'm utilizing. Farming, well, clean for the coffee, clean for the food. Got grapes, I got noodles. Right, we got farmer. I gotta love them. I love the farmers, love the food. I'm a universal revolutionary centrist, pro-labor universal revolutionary, a universal spiritual teaching student. I don't know at all. Can be non-sectarian, can be secular. That's fine. Yeah, your spirituality, it's a bunch of bullshit. For that person, perhaps it is. But can we do business on that? Can we work out, train, exercise on different matters? Yes. It can be complementary. But sometimes we're bitter. We want to have it our way. Compromise, cooperation, collaboration, XYZ. Sometimes action is also required, right? If I say, oh, well, I have been for years an NWO, call for the mass financing of people to work out, train, exercise. But if I wouldn't not worked out and exercise, which I did, I have hundreds of workout videos, hundreds of them, working out, training, and exercising. Lost more than 77 pounds, created my own workout training program system, which is effective, efficient, and efficient. Put into practice, I've done more than 300, and I have officially turned the A of my surname into an O. Dragon became dragon, dragon became dragon, dragon became dragon. Right? 300 sessions. You try to do one, then you're a potential dragon until you get to 300, and you're dragon 1 because I'm dragon 0 now. 800 dragon. Androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. Please increase your hygiene in public. Wash your hands with soap and water. Hand sanitizer, disinfect. Hand sanitizer, disinfect. Hand sanitize with soap and water. Disinfect. Sanitize the hands. Wash your hands with soap and water. Hand sanitizer. Disinfect the hands. Rubs. Hand sanitize. Disinfect the hands with soap and water. And hand sanitizer once you step outside. As we got an added dimension of responsibility, duty, and obligation once we step outside of this. When I step outside of this room, office, and temple, for that trinity of temple, office, and room, I added a fourth dimension gymnasium, which is my gymnasium and gym, and temple and office and room. I'm no longer just private citizen dragon. I'm also public, an added dimension with responsibility. If I want, I can stay 2 meters away from, give my social distance and myself. I can rap in the streets. Sometimes I do. Don't mind. I rap for the farmers, rock farmers. Love you, kiss you, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, construction workers, daycare workers, but workers past, present, the future of Hydro Quebec, of the sanitation workers of the city who pick up the garbage every day, who pick up, of course, not just the garbage, but the the compost. Compost. That's something for the environment, for Mother Nature. Composting, right? Composting and recycling, and of course the garbage. Thank you, love you, kiss you, hug you, farm. All this work. It's part of my be mindful and meditation. That yes, civilization has its discontents. I'm joyous sometimes. Sometimes I'm moody. I'm no longer depressed. I've conquered depression. And admitting certain things is sometimes can be very painful, very embarrassing. That we have certain lusts or feelings. Aggression. I have aggression. I channel it and sublimate it. Two keywords: channel and sublimate. Aggression, lust, sexuality. Not to repress, because repressing will make us sick, ill, and disease. Repressing will make us sick, ill, and we're repressing them. Will make us sick, ill, and disease. Me. I'm not speaking of me because I'm in the open for 7 years now as being a pansexual, right? Homosexual, bisexual. Somebody said me. Look at the NFL. So many years it took. Only last year, Kal Nassib came out, and he's the only one who plays open. Who's not the only one who is, but who plays open as being gay, part of my LGBTQ community. Kal Nassib. Now, how go Nassib, go Rainbow, go. There's many on each team. There's one now playing 11, one not only in the NFL but in the NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. Somebody say me, a general in the U.S. Army who I've drilled for since 1984. Drop down, Marine instructor, drop down. You limb dicks, goddamn it, limb dicks. Suck, click. It would goddamn it, give me some drill instructor. Marines, go drop, low. Want to see you do some push-ups, goddamn it. All you jarheads doing in my quarters, in my sergeant. This is Sergeant Goddamn Dragon. Say me that I have homosexual lusts. That ego. Well, you have. You wanna give a blowjob, give a suck one, suck a penis or kiss a penis or whatever. You have the ego. Well, you have it. It's there. I have it. You have it. L'chaim. Right. I'm gonna do a song. Sing a song. You can say that it can be a spiritual song, meditating upon nature and civilization. They have his discontents. As a universal spiritual teaching student who does not know it all, I have questions. I meditate when I go on my walks. As I meditate on the majestic trees, and I say, huh, how many times my size they are. Such a big, majestic trees, and how many they are. And everything that's the atmosphere, the ozone, the air, the nutrients, the elements, the vitamins within the black fertile earth. And how with the rain and water that creates, makes all fruits, all vegetables, all legumes, all grains, wheat and barley. That we, our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest first to make, build, upgrade, or at least hopefully maintain civilization, right? And because I'm calling for us to attain harmony between civilization and nature by my Trinity of theories, the CIT, citizen integration theory, debt fusion theory, and democratic fusion theory. The Trinity of theories by the fourth dimension LOV, fourth dimension LOV, fourth dimension LOV. Sublimate and channel. If we have something lusts or I say, oh, I have this, well, channel it, sublimating it. That's why that fantasize, whatever. Hygiene and consent, consent and hygiene. Please in public increase in hygiene because we got germs, bacteria, microbes out there. COVID again wave is increasing. I don't know it all. It's all this majestic, powerful. My Pope the Sun. I say goddess and my spirituality is perhaps causes tension, right? Causes tension. Well, I say it, but Simply put, my goddess dances with her brother the sun. I got one kiss for her sister above, Queen of Heaven, and that kiss transformed, trickled, and transformed into 718 trillions of kisses, which are credited to yours truly, Adrian Hana Dragon, Universal Spiritual Teaching Student, to willingly distribute to all my willingly loving allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions. I can make all my willingly loving allies and armies who are de facto family, or if you pledge your allegiance, you are my de facto family. If you pledge your allegiance, my allies and armies are de facto my family. So I can make you from 718 trillions. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. 1 billion is 1,000 million. So it's got quite the amount of zeros, right? A million has 6 zeros, a billion has 9 zeros, and a trillion has 12 zeros. So I can make all my willing, loving allies and armies kiss millionaires. Because Kiss has got some big hugs, some push-ups, workout training, exercise, some rap and art, some philosophy, some brain and some muscle. Do God gonna flex again? Things that were seemingly not spiritual before, they can have an element of spirituality, and they have pride parades. Pride parades? What's spiritual about that? Somebody might ask. Well, it's not visible. You see people dressed in colorful ways, dancing, queers, my loving queers, love you queers. What's spiritual about that is because from the established spiritual orders, there's these new energies which have come down from the past, let's say since 1904, March 1904, March 1904, whatever, and even before, during the 20th century, now even further during the 21st century, now as I'm speaking, new energies, new spiritual forces, liberations of energies and forces, the liberation of energy and force, liberation of energy and forces, which have come from my own liberation with blood, sweat, and tears. I admit it. With blood, sweat, and tears, I admit it. Blood, sweat, and tears, I admit it. For my own self, come out, so come out. So look, NFL again, the same NFL columns. We took so many decades. We're gonna go to Super Bowl 57. More than 50. Super Bowl 57 took more than 50 years, more than 50 Super Bowls to have one. Hopefully, he's gonna make it again. He's gonna be the first LGBTQ player to win a Super Bowl. It took more than 50 in every decade, in all 50 years since the first Super Bowl in 1967, 66, 67 season, 67, right? 67, 68, 1966, 67, whatever. 66, let's say. 66, 67 season, first Super Bowl. There was somebody who played in every Super Bowl who was LGBTQ in all the 50. It took 50 years for somebody to come out, but there was one who played as well. I can guarantee, I can bet. I don't bet, I like to gamble, blah blah. But there was one who was LGBTQ. What does that have to do with the Pride Parade? Because in the Pride Parades, representing my LGBTQ community, Rainbow Nation across nations, well, there's these energies which have been liberating, and more which are intense. Because in our flag is the flag of the rainbow, there's the 7 colors of the rainbow. It's so colorful, so intense. The red, the white, and all put together, right? The purple and the orange and the green and the blue. 7 colors, right? Blue, yellow, orange, red, purple, pink. Right? Pink is a mixture. Pink is a mixture of red and white, right? But then there's the 7 colors of the rainbow in the flag, our flag of my fellow Rainbow Nation across nations, LGBT community, reflects the spirituality as well. But that's also a very diverse, very energetic, very intense spirituality can come sometimes cause pain and has caused pain and suffering for ourselves as part of the LGBTQ, myself, who has lost economic, financial, commercial, that money, right? Still waiting for that first dollar donation via PayPal, auctioning my clothes, and I'm doing business online to auction my clothes. I'm auctioning this. If anybody want to make an offer, this. So I bought it secondhand. I admit I bought it secondhand. I admit I bought it secondhand. Right? I'm auctioning it. I'm auctioning clothes. I'm auctioning items. My room, hair, locks on my hair, locks on my hair, locks on my hair. I'm in debt. I'm struggling, economic, financial. I've lost. People gossip. In spirituality and psychology and philosophy, sometimes three they go together. Trinity, psychologically, spiritually, spiritually, and philosophically. Philosophically, spiritually, and psychologically, they go together. My trinity sometimes more often. Is Fanatics was a pro-labor universal revolutionary centrist with my global dragon union. I'm advocating people to avoid gossip as much as possible. Try to avoid gossip. Try to be straightforward and direct. Sometimes I am straightforward and direct. Right now, my rent's paid, my electricity bill is paid in full, fully paid my rent and electricity bill, and I got food. I could use a good massage therapy because I'm working on hard training exercise. Can't afford it, but I'm grateful still, thankful still that I can substitute it, take a bath. Right? Yeah, sometimes I'm moody. Say, maybe I'm jealous at Rihanna. Although love you, really love you, Rihanna, but somebody else also have their y'all. They made your millions and your billions. You're so selfish. The Super Bowl, still in a few years, I'm at for Super Bowl 53, Super Bowl 54, 55, 56, 57 now, starting again this morning. And advocating for me to be a performer at the Super Bowl where we'll do special dragonize the ball, dragonize the ball, dragonize the ball. Gonna rap a little bit, freestyle, do some workout, gridiron, so give to triple the cheerleaders' salaries and give to farmers and truckers and the butchers and the bakers. Gonna rap for the farmers, butchers, bakers, cooks. So that intense spirituality is also expressed in pride parades with the attires. It's intense and it can cause conflict for somebody who's only seen the world in a black and white sphere, gray sphere, only in a certain color sphere, right? It can cause that. It still does. The liberation of energies, of ideas, new ideas, my theories. CIT, Citizen Integration Theory, DRT, Debt Fusion Theory, and Democratic Fusion Theory, DFT, that I firmly believe in their implementation of my Trinity theories via the fourth dimension, love. Because if it's not about love, I don't want nothing to do with it. Love is also action, not just blah, blah, blah. Love for self, love for others, love for others, love for self. I love going and seeing in public and I see couples holding hands or kissing or hugging. So it brings me joy. I say, fuck yeah, man. fuck yeah. Triple that for a dragon. Adrian Hanna, dragon, triple that. Otherwise, what are we fighting to save civilization for? Someone's not making love tonight. Hugging, kissing, tickling, whatever it is. Love comes in rainbow ways. You know, tickle the ears, tickle the ears, tickle the ears. You want an ear massage with consent and hygiene. Give somebody, my allies and armies, with consent and hygiene. Give yourselves a ear massage with consent. Consent. Super important. And hygiene. Give yourselves a tickle massage. Ear massage. Oh yeah, feels good. Oh yeah, spiritual as well. Physical, spiritual. To give somebody pleasure, it's a spiritual ritual for me. It's a spiritual act. I can give somebody pleasure in XYZ ways by kissing, hugging, tickling. That's I worship. I worship the body. Sacredness of giving somebody else pleasure. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I gotta go. Thank you. I gotta go. Thank you. I gotta go. Blah blah. It's halfway philosophy, spirituality, intellect. It takes action. My own healing and transformation has required action, and action is required for building, maintaining, upgrading civilization. I'm privileged now to do this live stream. Nobody watching should have this. A million, 10 million, billion watchers should have it. It's me, Adrian Dragon, and I'm grateful, thankful that it's clean zero pollution emission energy above my head, and this cup of coffee I've utilized clean zero pollution energy above my head. I'm doing this video with clean zero pollution zero emission energy that I'm utilizing right now with my laptop, recording it to post on YouTube, and my live stream on my little smartphone. I'm thankful for it. Got a light above my head, right? I got a light above my head. I can cook, I can clean, I can do this, I can off. And complementary to universal spiritual teachings, through meditation awareness, guided meditation, guided awareness. We have negative emotions. We do. I do. I've been anger? How do we channel and sublimate anger? Is repressing it, lust, or whatever it is, or feeling X, Y, Z, will make us sick ill, make us sick and ill. Like I said that joke. Well, it's a joke, but it can be a reality, and probably it is even now as I'm speaking. Marines in Semper Fi in the USA Marines. I was an American twice in past lives, 156 years ago. That way in the back of me, 718 miles from Hokkaido, Montreal, served in the US Army. Read George Patton's Through a Glass Darkly Poetry. Read George Patton's Through a Glass Darkly Poetry. Read George Patton's Through a Glass Darkly Poetry. Real Marines, or the eagle, or financier, or an athlete, or an actor, an athlete, let's say, he's making, say, wow, I got a contract. Either in the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. Says, well, I got a 3-year contract for $18 million. That's 18 divided by 3 is 6. So this year he's gonna make 6 million. 2023 is gonna make 6 million. 2024 is gonna make 6 million. But he's got a secret. He's rainbow like the dragon Rainbow is. He doesn't say goddess, he says God. So spiritually, maybe we don't have so many things in common. But I can be non-sectarian, agree on principle. But he's also part of my LGBTQ community. But he's not out of the closet because he's in the NHL. He's playing tonight. Who is he? Well, so many teams, more than 30 teams. 30 players on each team. 30 times 3, that's 30, let's say. 30 times 30. We're going to divide it. 30 times 10 is 300. So 30 times 3, that's 300, plus 300, plus 300. So let's say about 900, rounded up to, let's say, more than 1,000 players in the NHL. How many do you think are LGBTQ? According to statistics, there should be at least 70, right? At least 70 are millennials, because most are millennials like myself who play in the NHL. At least 70 out of that 1,000 players. In the NBA as well. In the NFL as well. Coliseum is the only one who's open. I lost economic, financial money. I lost. People gossip. Please try to avoid gossip. I'm mediocre, average at some things. Even fucking useless, maybe. At one point, tried to change the light bulb, messed the whole thing up. I'm great at other things. I'm great at people's athlete. I'm great at people's athlete. I'm the people's athlete. You can't work out like Dragon works out. You work out like Dragon works out. Try, maybe. Maybe you can. Maybe even better. Maybe you can. I'm not gonna be ego. I work out. Try to do my workout. Post it. Record my official volunteer representative at CLA. We will direct instruct if you can make it within the rules. Try to work out, train within the rules. My general war integrated whole body training system. But nonetheless, that fictional is possibly a possibility that there are many in that situation. Got 18 million a year. 3-year contract, 18 million for 3 years. Divided by 3, that's 6. So it's gonna make 6 million. This year is making 6 million. Next year is about to make 6 million. The other one is another 6 million. But is and it's not gonna come out of the closet because perhaps of economic financial money. I don't know. I know my rent's paid, my electricity bill is paid in full, and I'm rock and rolling, and I fight my own battles. And I lost economic, financial, commercial opportunity to being LGBTQ. I'm open for business, but I'm grateful my rent's paid, my electricity bill is paid, and yours truly, Adrian Dragon, Universal Revolutionary Teaching Student. Gonna wrap it up. Make love tonight is the main message, man. Put it on Facebook. Never delete, never delete, never delete.